Hi guys! Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about how I lost basically like 20 pounds I think in a span of 4 years, okay? Guys, this is not a quick process. I wanted to make sure that I picked up healthy habits and I had a slower transition into losing weight, so that's why it took me 4 years. Quick disclaimer, I don't know anything. I only know what I know. I'm not a professional. Everything is based on my experiences. So before I get into talking about how I gained weight, how I lost the weight and all that stuff, I want to talk about really quickly about me. The perspective of understanding who I am is also important because I definitely have habits that I've had since I was super young that is different from someone else, and that could actually affect how you gain weight or lose weight or so on and so forth. And even my mentality since I was young is also a personal experience. I think it's a little important to understand who I am so that you guys know what my habits are, what I naturally end up gravitating towards to even before I started this weight loss journey. Fact number one is that I've always been skinny maybe not since I was born, from my earliest memory. So having weight gain was never a concern for me or something that I really thought about until later in life. Ever since high school, I was never over 100 pounds. I was always skinny, and I also had a really fast metabolism, so I just kind of ate whatever and it just came out really quickly. This is genetics, like I can't really do anything about this. Some habits that I have is that I don't actually snack or drink soda. I mean, I do occasionally, but it's really rare for me to seek it out on my own. This has been a habit since I was super young. Another one is that I don't eat while lying down, or I don't lie down after I eat. It makes me feel really uncomfortable. I know for some people it doesn't matter at all, but then I kind of grew up learning that it's really bad for your digestion if you lie down after you eat or eating while lying down. So I just really never did it, and I still don't do it. I actually feel like kind of sick when I try to do it. And another thing is that I poop at least once a day. Every single day, and if I don't, then I'm actually concerned. Last thing is more of an emotional fact about me is that I was actually raised to be skinny. If you can think about one specific Asian trait, what would it be?
Black hair, skin, good at math, small eye.
Yes. Toxic beauty standards. I grew up thinking that I have to be skinny, and if I was skinny, then it also equates to beauty. So this is just how I grew up, and this is honestly how I was raised. There's really nothing that could change that unless I go to therapy, which I should. My parents make sure that I stay skinny. They think it's really important that I maintain my weight. Being slim equals beauty. Like if I'm not skinny, then I'm not pretty. That's literally how I was raised. I'm trying to get out of it mentally, but that's just kind of how I am, and that's also why I feel like, to me, 120 pounds is a lot. This is literally how I grew up. I don't think it's right. And I think everybody is different. Every body is different. And health is number one priority. That's a little bit about me. Hopefully that gives a better understanding of kind of me. Let me start with how I even gained weight in the first place. So after college, I started dating Josh, and we were also going through COVID at the same time. And that's when I gained so much weight. I was eating like crazy. I was not thinking. Also, I never really grew up focusing on how much I ate. I just kind of ate, you know? So it was a new thing for me to kind of figure out about myself. So within such a short time span, I've gained 20 pounds. And guys, seriously, I ate so much where my stomach felt like I felt a bump here because of how much I was eating. Like it felt like a third boob. It was just too much. I would be so full that it hurts every single day. This is how much I lost control of eating. Also because I just didn't know how to even gain control in the first place. So that's kind of how I sped run gaining those weight. Guys, when I gained those weight and when I saw my parents, they went crazy. It was my first time ever feeling fat, and my parents were over the top reacting of how much I need to lose weight. I'm like getting uglier and I'm getting fatter and like blah blah blah, blah, like whatever, all these things. So that's when I was like, okay, I need to lose weight. Another reason why it took so long for me to lose the actual 20 pounds is because I was so stuck in that mentality that if I'm fat, I'm ugly, which is not true at all. It literally is not true at all. And like 120 is not fat. Like you guys, I know, I understand. Hi, I just wanted to pop in really quickly as I'm editing this video, and I wanted to quickly say that I don't think my parents are bad parents or bad people. I think definitely there's different views on how we see things and how we think, but that doesn't mean that they're bad people. We just have different views. I mean, have I resented them for this? Yeah. But as I'm getting older, I'm realizing that they also grew up in that kind of mindset. People have taught them that, and they're just kind of passing the information. And they were also, you know, born in a totally different country with totally different standards and different everything, really. And so because I grew up in America, they grew up in Korea, are bound to have differences. I don't necessarily agree with how they think or how they view things on, especially in this topic, but I do want to say that they are not bad people, they're not bad parents, so I do not want to hear about their parenting styles or that they're bad parents or whatever. I don't think that at all. So if I don't think that, there's no need for anyone to think that. Also, my parents and I have a huge language barrier. I don't speak fluent Korean. They don't speak fluent English. So it's actually really hard for us to communicate, but we're currently now in a stage of just being more open-minded with each other and just really being able to communicate like an adult to an adult instead of a child to an adult. So we're figuring it out still. Yeah, I just want to say that I'm here to defend my parents basically. But yeah, anyways, on to the video. So I've been trying to kind of get out of that mentality of I need to lose weight to be pretty, and also at the same time I didn't want to crash diet because I knew that for me as a person it's unsustainable and I was gonna hate it and then it's gonna make me feel worse. So I try to really take a slower approach how to lose weight in a way that's comfortable for me, can be a lifestyle for me instead of just a month or two of hardcore exercising and dieting. A quick context about this entire video is that losing weight should never be the goal. Feeling better about yourself should be the goal, and feeling good about your own body should be the goal. Ultimately, my conclusion was that I feel good when I know my body and when I understand myself better. This is incorporating in both exercising and eating, because when I understand myself better and what I can handle and what I like, what I don't like, it makes the process of losing weight much more natural for me and a lot more easier and much more, you know, again, lifestyle-y. So when it comes to working out, I really a lot of things. You know, the gym isn't for me because I'm too self-conscious, but there are workouts that I really like where it's someone telling me what to do. I really enjoy classes. I love watching YouTube videos that can just tell me what the next moves are and how much time we have and how much reps we have left. And I think knowing that allows me to be better at exercising and enjoy exercising a lot more. I'm not gonna say that I work out, you know, 5 times a week or even 3 times a week. Guys, I work out literally once a week. If I really want to, I could work out 5 times a week. I think it just really depends on my body and depends on even on my period cycle. It matters a lot too. Like there's definitely stages in a week where I want to work out every single day, and there's definitely stages where I don't want to work out ever. So I think it really just depends on my mood, and it depends on my period cycle and what I'm going through and everything. And so I don't really hold working out as like a high priority in terms of dieting, losing weight, but I think it is extremely beneficial and essential for your body. I do have a goal where I have to work out once a week. I know like everything I'm saying is so like,
Oh, do whatever you want.
but I think there is some value to having a schedule or at least a goal every week. So for me, my goal is to work out at least once a week. And if I can succeed, then I'm happy. And if I can do more, that's even amazing. So just figuring out what workout works best for you, what you like, what you don't like. Push yourself to discover what you like, but don't push yourself to keep doing the things that you don't want to do. And that way you can enjoy the process a lot more. When it comes to food, I think the first thing is knowing what you like and what you don't like, and also knowing when you're full and when you're not full. I think those 2 things can take you really far. When it comes to knowing what you like and you don't like, literally explore, have fun with it, figure out what kind of vegetables you like. And you have to have vegetables, guys. Like trust me, I used to be like the person who didn't eat vegetables because I hated vegetables. You need to have veggies in your system or else it's just not gonna work. I try to figure out what kind of veggies I like. So I love cabbage, I love bok choy, I like mushrooms, I like corn, I like cucumbers, I'm like meh about tomatoes, and that's pretty much it. I think I can kind of handle things here and there, but those are like my top that I could remember, and then the rest are, if it's cooked a certain way, I would like it. You know, as you experiment more, you kind of figure out more things that you like versus don't like. And the next thing is portion control. Guys, you have no idea how important portion control is. Like, I think for me, I started gaining weight because I didn't understand my portion control. Like, that was the core reason of why I kept gaining so much weight. Portion control in the beginning is so hard. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's so hard trying to hold yourself back to even understand your portion control, because I feel like when I was eating a lot, that first week of controlling how much I ate was so it was so difficult and so like annoying. I was always agitated. I was always hungry. But at the end of the day, your body's adjusting, and you just need to understand how much is too much and how little is too little. I forgot to mention kind of how to portion control, and what I did specifically is I would eat a lot slower just to see how much I would eat until I felt full. And also the reason why I feel like that was helpful for me is because so the brain actually doesn't process you being full until like 10 minutes later. Your stomach would be full, but your brain doesn't register that on time. So it'll take a few minutes for your brain to understand that you can stop eating, and by the time you stop eating, you overate already. Yeah, so I would eat a lot slower just to see how much should I be eating for me to feel full in the first place. And also, honestly, I would just stop after a certain amount of time just to experiment with different portion size. So there was a lot of trial and error, and I think on top of that, there's an aspect of feeling comfortable of not feeling too full, if that makes sense. I used to feel like I have to be super full in order for me to move on with my day, but I kind of learned that I don't need to feel like I ate a lot. You know what I mean? Like, I just need to feel satisfied where it won't bring me pain or bring me discomfort. And I think that took a little bit for me to figure out as well. But yeah, some practical tips of how to kind of help with portion control. Also, I think the reason why I used to eat so much was also because I felt pressured to eat a lot. I think once I kind of went into college and met up with people to eat a bunch of stuff, we would eat the same portion of things, but the person I'm eating with is like 5'10", and I'm like, we cannot eat the same portion. Like, it is so different. And I used to compare how much I ate with other people, and it was kind of like a social thing as well. Also, at the same time, there was an aspect where if I ate too little, people would overreact, and they would be like,
oh, you're not eating enough, you're like starving, or why aren't you eating more?
and I'm like, what the hell? Like, what am I supposed to do? I think I used to try to appease people a lot when it came to eating together, but now I'm just like, I don't really care. I've been through a lot of conversations where people are like, oh, you eat so little, and I was like, okay, well, we're not the same person, and so this is enough for me. It might not be enough for you, but this is enough for me. And I think understanding that as well really helped me kind of put in boundaries of people saying stuff like that in the first place. Now I know my body, I know how much is enough, I know my limitations and my boundaries. And again, this took around 4 years for me to figure it out, right? So it's not gonna happen in the next week or two, but you really need to go and try to figure out how much is too much for you, how much is too little for you. I would say if you're on a diet, there is some restrictions that you have to do, like the amount of sugar, the amount of carbs. If you're eating a lot of rice, maybe take down the rice a little bit and increase your veggie count. You know, like, I think there is something that's important that you have to maintain and be a little bit strict about when it comes to losing weight. When I started to do this weight loss journey, I used to count calories, I used to look at the labels all the time. Oh my god, guys, I gave up in a week. I was so exhausted, and I just didn't care anymore. And I was like, oh my god, like, I don't want to think about numbers when I'm eating. Like, it's so sad. That was the push for me to understand my body more. I was like, okay, if I'm not gonna count calories, at least I need to figure out how my body reacts to certain types of food and limit myself to see what's best for me. So when I was more stricter on my diet, I increased my veggie count a lot. I added so much vegetables that I liked, by the way. And now I seek vegetables with my food. And you can start off small. You can still have pizza or steak, but as long as you have like a small section of vegetables next to you and you finish that as well, then I think that's still a win. And then you can just kind of build up from there. Eventually come to a place where you can have a salad for a meal. So tracking your weight is important for a weight loss journey, obviously. For me, I didn't have the healthiest mentality of losing weight and like gaining weight and just weight overall, obviously. And so I actually didn't have a scale. And I think that was good for me. I only knew my weight because when I go to a friend's house, I would check my weight with their scale. In my own home, I never had a scale. And when I lived with a bunch of roommates, they also didn't have scales. So it was just something that I never had, and I think it was beneficial for me because with my mentality at like 4 years ago, I would have been so stuck up on the numbers and I would just check every single day, and I feel like I would feel more deflated when I do gain more weight. And I feel like if you're also in a similar mentality where you're focused on numbers a lot, and if you see that you've gained a pound or two, it'll like really deflate you, then I really recommend putting that scale away and don't even look at it and just continue your journey, because as long as you work out a little bit more, eat a little bit healthier, you're bound to lose weight. But since the goal right now and for this video is to actively lose weight, actually I bought a scale like a month ago, guys. And so one thing that I did to kind of push for losing weight is I would check my weight morning and night, and the goal was that the both numbers were the same, because when you go to sleep, your body is still working and you lose calories sleeping as well. So it kind of makes sense for me that if I end the day with the same weight that I woke up in, I'll lose a little bit more weight the next morning. And then if I eat healthier, if I work out a little bit more, then it just keeps decreasing naturally from there. Ultimately, I really want to encourage you guys that at the end of the day, the number doesn't matter. It's just more about how you feel in your own body that matters most, and feeling good about yourself. Like working out a little bit more and eating healthier has been notorious for letting people know that they are feeling better. So if you are feeling better about yourself, then that's already a win. And if you want to lose weight and if you want to start this journey, that's also a win, because you're doing stuff better for yourself. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful, and I hope that this video encourages you to go on a healthy journey of body positivity and a lot of self-love. If your goal is to lose weight, you can definitely do it. It is not impossible. It's all in your head. You can totally do it. Focus on how you feel, focus on how your body feels, and really pay attention to what's going on in your system, and literally things will get better from there. Good luck, guys. I hope you all the best, and thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one. Bye.